Hi, everybody. I started to do my introduction earlier and I got distracted by the technology. But I am Margie Remmers-Davis, with the creator of the Fast and Easy Way to QuickBooks Online ProAdvisor certification. And this is our weekly live stream. And I say weekly loosely because we have not been able to do it for a couple weeks, or things have been crazy for a couple weeks. Well, months really, because my mom got sick at the end of April. So I'm recording this July 21st. My mom got sick at the end of April. She died in the middle of May. And I have been, traveling, trying to get her estate I've been trying to get her estate all settled. That's mostly done. And now I'm en route home. So this is a lovely Airbnb that we are staying at in Carlsbad, California, as we are making a quick trip to see my aunt before we head back to Virginia. So anyway, things are a little crazy, and I appreciate and guess what happened also is that in our travels yesterday, or was it just yesterday? It seems like a million years ago. Day before yesterday, I guess it was. Our car was vandalized and all my computer equipment was stolen.
Our car was
burgled. Our car was burgled, and all of our computer equipment, not the computer itself, luckily, or like my mouse, or like what I actively use, my monitor and all that, because I had that with me. But in the car, I had my microphone. And so we had to go run out yesterday and buy a new microphone and some other things. So I hope it's all working out. So if you are here live, then that means you are a member of the QBO Gym Locker Room, which is our free Facebook group. And we are all dedicated to hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. All things hands-on practice with QuickBooks Online. That's what sets us apart from every other program out there, is that we just want you to get actual practice, actually using QuickBooks Online, because you can read about it all day long, or you can just click around and like see what things do. But if you don't have like a directed exercise to know what you're doing and to figure out how to do things, then you're kind of lost. So we're all about the hands-on practice. As a member of the Locker Room, which is our free Facebook group, you have access to nearly not 500. Wouldn't that be great? 500 access to nearly 100 free exercises to get hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. And you also get to follow along in our weekly live streams, which is what we're doing today. And when I have my act together, we actually vote in the group on where you need more practice. So I create more exercises and we cover them here in the live stream. So this looks a little bit different, but if you're watching the recording, then the link will be down below so that you can join us. Now, as a member of the Facebook group, now this looks a little bit different for me because I'm an administrator, but so like you wouldn't have all this stuff on the left-hand side, but you will see this little section here that says, welcome to the Locker Room. It's this featured post that's pinned, and in it, there is a link. When you open that up, there is a link to this spreadsheet, and this is the gold right here. This is all of our exercises. They come from a bunch of different places that we've created them over time. And can you see? All right, so usually my face hides kind of this left corner, but I guess on Zoom it doesn't. So anyway, so we have all these different tabs that show you where the exercises come from. This is our little getting started course, which is a little course that all of our courses come with. It just helps you get oriented to exactly what QuickBooks Online Accountant version is, how to do simple things like sales receipt and invoice. What is the difference between a sales receipt and an invoice? That kind of thing. Then we have all of our exercises that come from our basic level course, which this is to get your first level of your ProAdvisor certification. So you can purchase the course, which is great because that will lead you exactly what you need to know in every section of the test. So we actually teach that, but then you can access, if that's not in your budget to get the full course, or you just want refresher reminders, whatever, you can access all of the exercises, the hands-on exercises that come with that course here in the spreadsheet. So we have the basic, we have the advanced. We also have, I'll talk about QBO Gym in just a minute. We also have ProAdvisor challenges. These are the ones that are inside your QBOA account, but we don't really like the format of them. They're not easy to follow along, so we just convert them into our special format that we, our signature format, that's what I always say, our signature format, and that so that they're just easier to follow along and do. You'll notice that there is a column for a YouTube link. So some of the exercises we have recorded, so you can actually watch me walk through them. And we just hired a new team member who her whole job is to record the exercises. So we get a lot of requests for, like if somebody's doing the exercise and they get lost, then they can watch us actually do it. There's one bugger of an exercise, and it's actually one of the very first ones, which I hate that this is the case, but this one right here, this add account numbers to the chart of accounts, if you're in the course, this is your second this is your second exercise, and I hate that. But the sample company, which is where we do our exercises, for some reason just doesn't like adding account numbers, and you have to do it very, very specifically in order for it to work. And so that one is super important that you watch the accompanying video on that sometimes. Anyway, so we also have exercises that are, these are all of the ones that are requests, but we also have the exercises that have been retired, so that you were tested on this concept, now you are not. So anyway, so there's that. And then we have the QBO Gym, which is, and we don't give those exercises away for free unless you were on the live stream. If you're on the live stream here today and you're not a member of the gym, then you're going to get the exercise that we are covering today. But the gym is a simulated practice. So all of the other courses are specifically designed to help you pass that certification test. The gym is practice actually being a bookkeeper. So it's a simulated experience, and you get a new issue every month, a pack of exercises to help you, and they all have a focus for the month on that thing. So and they're not tied to each other, so you can come in anytime, do one set of exercises, and you can go through them all. You have access to them all as soon as you sign up. Anyway, Joel just put that in the chat for those of you who are not already in the gym. So let's get to our exercises. That was a long time of me introducing things. So let's, I have to stop the share here because, let me go before I do that. Let me go back to, this. And let me talk about what we are talking about today. So this right here that we're looking at is, we do have in this spreadsheet, I have all of the scenarios and titles of the exercises that are in the gym. And eventually we'll have the YouTube link here. So you can actually see what is covered in each issue. We have kind of this gym theme. So we have it separated out by warm-up exercises, cardio exercises, strength training, and cool down. And that's what all of the different colors are here. And so these are the warm-up exercises for July. And what we're going to talk about today, this whole issue, the whole July issue, is focused on something that I noticed people really struggle with in the advanced course, in the advanced test. And that is this concept of locations versus locations. And what I mean by that is your client. Okay, so as a bookkeeper, you have a client that is in our sample company, it is Craig. Okay, so you're going to be bookkeepers. You're going to have all these clients, and Craig is just one of your clients. Now, Craig can have multiple locations, so he might be your, you might work with his main office, but then he could have several different offices that you are also doing the books for. So in our typical example, I usually say Craig has like an East office and a West office, or a main office and an East office, something like that. Okay. Now, Craig's customers also have, could have multiple locations. So Craig, he's a landscaper. He does the work for, in the sample company, there is Freeman Sporting Goods, and Freeman Sporting Goods has 2 locations. They have the Ocean View Road location, and they have the Twin Lane. I think we'll look at it in a second. So they have multiple locations, and it can be confusing when you talk about locations to know which of the, are we talking about the customer's locations, or are we talking about Craig's locations? And so that can be confusing when you're talking about locations. So the July issue of the Gym was specifically designed to talk about all of, these different scenarios and how you handle having multiple locations. So that's what that is. Before we go do the Gym exercise, though, I wanted to take a look at the advanced exercise about sub-customers. Okay, so right here, when we're talking about, when we use the word location in QBO, typically they are referring to Craig's location. So your client's location. Okay, we'll see that in a little bit. So that's your client's location. When it's Craig's customer's location, they're referred to as sub-customers. So each location is a sub-customer. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to start with. Our exercise right here is we are going to click this, and Joel also is going to put it in the chat so that we can open this exercise up. Okay, so all of our exercises work with the sample company inside your QBOA account. If you're here live, you should know how to do that and what we're all about there. If you're watching the recording, then of course links are below on how to get your free QBOA account, how to access the free sample company. Intuit is just really, it's just such a blessing for us that they give us this for free so that we can practice. Not all softwares do that. Anyway, all right, so here we are back with our, in our sample company. And did you guys notice that they have completely changed this whole initial desktop? It used to look so different. And so, and now they have also stabilized the left navigation bar. So they were, for a long time, they were working on this. And so sometimes we would have the old one, sometimes we would have the new one. And so I'm going to do a whole nother video just on this new dashboard and this new left navigation bar. So that's going to be another thing back when I get back in my studio. That's top of my list. But anyway, so this all changed. Now you have this little customize your quick actions. All right. Now, let's actually do an exercise, guys. We've talked for so long without actually doing. Remember how I started and said, we're all about hands-on. All right, now we're going to do actually hands-on. Okay. So this is all about sub-customers. This is when your customer has locations. And the reason that I'm going through this is because I wanted to cover the concept of bill with parent. I forgot I said that in the email. I don't have time to go into all of the locations versus locations. That's that's all the whole gym. We're just going to talk about this one little piece because as I was building the gym, I realized that I didn't understand it correctly. So we're going to go and we're going to clear that up. So let's go to our scenario. So this is a 4-part exercise. All 4 parts have to be done in the same sample company session. Let's walk through it. So part 1, one of Craig's customers, Freeman Sporting Goods, has just acquired a new location. Okay, so whose location is that? It's Craig's customer's location. It's not Craig himself. That's a different exercise, different story, whatever. We are talking just about Craig's customer's location. Okay. So Freeman Sporting Goods has just acquired a new location. They will be renting the empty lot next to the local high school and will be setting up temporary tents whenever there is a home game. They have contracted with Craig to make sure the shrubbery is cleaned up and the grass is mowed so that they can easily move the tent and set up when necessary. They have decided that their Ocean View Road location will manage this and pay any bills incurred for the new lot, but Craig wants to track his income and expenses for this separately. Okay, so this is the key thing right here. Craig wants to track his income and expenses for this separately because he wants to do it separately. That's why we're setting up this extra sublocation. For Freeman Sporting Goods, you know, it's just going to be managed as part of the Ocean View Road location. So for them, it doesn't matter. It matters for Craig. Okay, so how would you set this up for him? Okay, step 1. We will create the new high school lot customer that is a sub-customer of Freeman's Ocean View Road location, okay? So from the left navigation bar, we're going to select sales and then click customers. And I forgot, again, I'm doing this in Safari, so I don't have my cursor. Normally I have my cursor highlighted. All right, sales and then customers. While that's loading, I'll go back to our exercise. Step 2, click new customer, not the arrow next to it. Okay. So click right here, new customer, not this arrow. This arrow is for importing, which we're not doing. We're doing new customer. Okay. So there is new, and you know what? I forgot to check to make sure this is the new. Yeah. Okay, good. They changed the interface for this whole adding customers thing. I wanted to make sure my exercise was up to date. Okay. So in the customer display name field, enter high school lot. Okay, so we're going to say high school lot, high school lot. Okay. All right. Check the is a sub-customer checkbox, and in the parent customer field, select 0969 Ocean View Road. Okay, so here, notice I put customer display name right here. It automatically put this here. I could change it if I wanted, name to print on checks. But what we're doing is we are saying this is a sub-customer. And who is the parent? The parent is Freeman Sporting Goods. So here we have Freeman Sporting Goods. They have 2 locations. Locations, when it comes to customers, are sub-customers. Okay, so we are saying this Ocean View Road location is going to manage everything. Now, for some reason, I sometimes get this little error message that says enter a parent customer, even if I have entered the parent customer. But if I just click out, that will disappear. So, okay. Now, this is what we're talking about. Let's see what happens when I click my little arrow. Sometimes that, yeah, it opens up, not an arrow, the question mark. Sometimes it opens up an article. So here is an article. And I spent a lot of time on this article when I was writing the gym exercise because I discovered that because it wasn't working the way that I thought it should work. And so that's what we're going to cover, but I'm going to close that. Okay, so now bill with parent customer. Let's go back to the exercise. Note that when the parent customer is selected, the contact information will automatically appear. Bill parent customer should already be, oh, I already did that, should already be selected. Make sure this remains checked. I did not do bill parent customer. Okay, so bill parent customer, yeah, you want to make sure that is checked so that this Ocean View Road location can get the invoices and anything that comes up for that, or invoices and sales receipts for this. Okay. I'm sorry, it's not sales receipts, it's just invoices. Gosh, I am so scattered. All right, so we're clicking save. Okay, so now that we've done that, scenario part 2. Okay, so Craig bought $100 worth of fertilizer from Tanya's nursery that will be dedicated to the high school lot. Then he went over and did the initial clearing of the lot, which he charged $350 for. How would you record these 2 transactions? Okay. So in order to do this, you do have to set up in accountant settings in real life, you have to set up this track expenses and items by customer. In the sample company, it's already turned on, so we're not going to do that right now, but you could look that up later. Okay, so step 1, first we're going to create the fertilizer purchase. We're going to click plus new and select expense. Okay, plus new and expense. I could also, let's see, I could also do the new transaction here, maybe. No, I guess I can't for an expense. Okay, so scratch that. Forget I said that. Plus new and expense. Okay, and then steps 2 through 4, complete the expense transaction as described in the scenario. In the payee field, select Tanya's nursery. Okay, payee who? Tanya's nursery. Okay, in the category grid, select job expenses. Oh, job expenses already there. There is a setting in accountant settings for pre-filling transactions. If you have that checked, which it is in the sample company, then it'll pull in the last transaction that you used for this vendor. And so, so it already was set up, but we're going to say it was $100. What else did I say here? In the customer field, select high school lot. Okay, so there's high school lot, which is a sub-customer of that Ocean View Road. So you can see how it is all filled in there, customer. So the main customer is Freeman Sporting Goods. Then we have their sub-customer, their location, which is the Ocean View Road location. And then we have a sub-customer of that, which is high school lot. And so all of that is indicated by the colons, okay? So we should say fertilizer in the description right here. Okay, so here we go. So we have done. Now here is a little note. This is another thing that people get confused about, is the difference between the category grid and the items grid. So it says here, note that you are using the category grid here because Craig does not track his purchases of fertilizer specifically. So meaning that it's not in the products and services list. You can indicate fertilizer in the description for more detail later. Okay, so I do have that in the note, but it needs to be better written there. So we'll fix that. Okay, so it says fertilizer, and then we're going to click save and close. Okay. So save and close right here. So that's our expense. Let's go back here to step 5. Next, create the invoice. Since we are already in the high school lot customer information screen, click new transaction and select invoice. Okay, so right here. So this is what I tried to show you before, but apparently you can't do an expense. So I'm just going to click invoice right here. Okay. And then step 6 and 7, note that the customer information is automatically filled in. Complete the remainder of the invoice as described in this scenario. In products and service, under landscaping installation, and in the rate field, enter landscaping installation, and in the rate field, enter $350. Okay, so we're going to do landscaping. Sometimes if we just type installate the last part, there it is. Installation, landscaping installation. Notice all of this, if you're brand new, all of this came from our products and services list. So we have other exercises where we talk about what the product and services list is, how to use it, and all that. So this is already pre-coded in there. So we are saying in the rate, it's going to be $350. Okay. $350. And then we click save and close. Save and close. Okay. All right. So scenario part 3. So now we have set up the new sub-customer, that new location. We have created an expense and we've created an invoice. Okay, so let's see what's next. Part 3. Craig would like to see a report showing his profitability so far for the high school lot job compared with the other Freeman Sporting Goods locations. How would you create this report? Okay, so step 1. QBO already provides a profit and loss organized by customer, so we'll start with that. From the left nav bar, click reports, then click profit and loss by customer. And then right here, profit and loss by customer. Okay. Right there, there's our picture. Step 2. This shows each customer in a separate column. We only want the Freeman Sporting Goods locations, so we need to customize it. Okay, so we're going to look here, look right here, every column, that's every customer. So this is profit and loss by customer, every customer. And if I go over here, for Freeman Sporting Goods, there's the main customer, there's the Ocean View Road, the high school lot is next to the Ocean View Road, total, all of that. So, okay, but this is all cluttered up with all of the other customers. So how do you take a report and say, I only want to report on a piece of the information. I don't want all of the information. I just want a piece of the information. And the answer is filter. Filter always means that you are just looking at a piece of the whole pie. Okay, that's what filter means. So that's what we're going to do. And let me go to my exercise. And so, okay, this shows each customer in a separate column. That's what I just went over. We only want the Freeman Sporting Goods location, so we need to customize it. We're going to click customize. Okay, right here. Okay. Steps 3 and 4. To only select some of the information in QBO, we use a filter. In this case, we only want to see the Freeman Sporting Goods locations. Click filter to expand the section, then use the customer dropdown to select all of the Freeman Sporting Goods locations. Okay, so we're going to go to filter right here. Okay, and we're going to select customer right here. And we're going to check all of the Freeman Sporting Goods locations. Okay, Freeman Sporting Goods, Ocean View Road, Twin Lane. I don't know why high school lot isn't there. That's interesting. Huh. Well, we'll see. Oh, maybe it's because well, no, I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to run report right here. Isn't that interesting? The high school lot disappeared. You know, you've got to love Intuit or QuickBooks sometimes. Let me change this to all dates. I don't think that's going to affect it, but that's very strange. Okay, guys, let's go on an adventure. Let's go to customers and look at Freeman Sporting Goods. Look, there's the location and there's the amount. So it knows that it's there. Let's go back to reports. Profit and loss by customer. If I go to Freeman Sporting Goods, it's there, high school lot. Hit customize. Hit filter. Use the customer dropdown. Wow, and it's still not there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Well, this is the fun part about doing a live show. So not only do we have like all this crazy equipment and Zoom problems, now suddenly the sample company is not behaving correctly. That's strange. Well, let's see what let's see what the exercise does. So here is what it's supposed to look like. Let me look at it one more time. Customize, customer, not there. Very strange. What happens if I refresh? A lot of times, if there's problems in the sample company, if you refresh the screen, then that will do it, but nope. And I already tried exiting out and rebuilding the report. Very strange. Oh, I have another idea. Let's go to reports. And instead of doing by customer, let's just do a regular profit and loss. And customize this one. So rows and columns here, I'm going to select customers and run report. Okay, so this gives us basically what the previous profit and loss by customer was like pre-selected. So so now there's our high school lot. Hit customize and filter. Customer. Still not. Oh, look, there it is. There it is. Wow, that was strange. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we have, now this is a report that we're supposed to be seeing. That's so strange. Okay, the report now shows the total for each account rows for each of the Freeman Sporting Goods locations. So this is what we just eventually were able to build, okay? All right, so then scenario part 4. Finally, Craig would like to see a report showing his profitability of all products on just the Freeman Sporting Goods locations, okay? The reason that this extra piece is in the exercise is because for some reason that they want you to do this on the test, this is on the advanced test that you have to be able to know how to create a product profitability report for the sub locations. So I'm actually going to skip this because we're low on time, but that's why you could do this, is you could create a different report that would show on the left-hand side, that would show for each of the products here, you could see how they're performing. Okay, so I'm going to skip that because I want to get to the one in the gym that's going to show us the bill with parent issue that I was talking about. Okay, to wrap us up here for the day. Okay, so this is the exercise. It is in the warm-ups section of the gym. This is about subcustomers and estimates. Okay. All right. So let's go to, I'm going to close this. I don't need that anymore. This is my sample company. And now I'm messing myself up with the tabs. But here, let's just do this. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay. All right. So, this says to use the same sample company that you used for a previous exercise. All right, let's see, but I don't think that I actually need that. All right, so Sunshine Family Store has opened a new location. They plan to install a fountain just like the one Craig did for them for their main store. So Craig has asked you to send them another estimate. The main store will handle all of the approvals and payments, but Craig would like to track his income and expenses for this location separately. Okay, remember I said last time, this is the important phrase right here. He would like to track his income and expenses for this location separately, okay? If that's what he wants, then that's when the sub-customer becomes important, okay? So multiple locations like this is a good time to use sub-customers like we saw with Freeman Sporting Goods in a previous exercise. Now, this is not the exercise that we just did together. This is a different exercise involving Freeman Sporting Goods that's in the gym. That's what this link is for. So, boy, I guess if you're not a member of the gym, then you get 2 free exercises because you can click this link and grab that real quick. All right, so step one. Okay, first let's find the original estimate for Sonnenschein Family Store. Since we need to make a copy, we'll have to go through the customers list. For some reason, the estimates list does not allow you to do this. Okay, so we're going to go to the left nav bar and select customers. Okay, left nav bar, select sales and customers, or you can get it through here, either take you to the same place. So here's your customer list. Okay. We're going to click on the Sonnenschein Family Store. Okay, so I'm scrolling here to get to the Sonnenschein right here, Family Store. And then step 3, on the estimate line, click the arrow in the action column and select copy. Okay, so here we are. Here's the estimate. Okay. And I'm going to click this little arrow and I'm going to select, duplicate. That's interesting that it says duplicate. I'm pretty sure that when I created this exercise not too long ago, it said copy. Yeah, there it is. They've changed that. So Joel, if you could make a note on this one, I need to update this picture because it now says duplicate. And it has a whole bunch of new stuff. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're selecting duplicate. You've heard it here first on the live stream. Duplicate. Okay, so here I am in the estimate. It says this is a copy. Let's go back to our exercise. So now we're going to select duplicate instead of copy, and I need a new picture there. Now we have a copy of the estimate, but we need it to be for Sonnenschein's new location. Okay, so here, this is the copy of the estimate for Sonnenschein. Okay, but we need it to be for Sonnenschein's new location. So in the customer field, we're going to enter 2 after the customer name. Okay, so we're going to just go in here. We're going to go to the end and hit 2. Now, when I do that, it says add new Sonnenschein Family Store 2 right there. Okay. All right. So now we've been through this before where we're going to make it. Okay. So this is what we did just now. Okay. We've been through this before. We're going to make it a sub customer. We're going to use the parent drop down to select Sonnenschein Family Store. Okay. So here, I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to say it is a sub customer. Under parent customer, I'm going to select Sonnenschein Family Store. Right there. Okay. Don't worry about that error message. It goes away when you click out of it. Okay. So now I've got all of the family store information in there. Again, this is just what we did with the high school lot. Okay. But this is an important thing. I've only got 3 minutes left, but this is an important thing. Okay. So, after you select this as the parent, QBO will automatically populate the billing address from the parent record, okay, Sonnenschein Family Store. Note that Sonnenschein has told Craig that the main location will handle all of the approvals and billing, so we will leave this address. Craig could add the actual physical address of the new location in the shipping address section, and to do that, you would just uncheck same as billing right here. But we will not be doing that in this exercise. Also, you will want to leave bill parent customer checked. This will allow you to include invoices, estimates, and invoices from Sonnenschein 2 when sending invoices for the main location. We'll see how this works in a future exercise. What? Shoot, that's the exercise I thought I was pulling up today. Okay, well, I'll just show it to you. Okay, next, and then we're going to click save. All right, so click save. Okay, and then we're going to, we're going to go to step 7. Note that Sonnenschein Family Store is now indicated as the customer. In a real life scenario, you would send this to this customer, obviously. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, we've made our changes, and now we're going to hit save and close. Okay. Save and close, finished. All right, you will now see, let me show you that. Save and close. Okay, so now we have Sonnenschein Family Store, and we have here 2 different estimates wow, they've changed this because this customer wasn't showing here either a couple days ago. And then the next part of the exercise, I actually say, see, look at the picture. It's totally different. Now it's actually showing the customer. And so you don't need to do the next step, which is to add, you can add I taught you how to add the customer right here in this list. Okay, so our time is up, but I have to show you one more thing, because in the exercise, I wanted to show you how to convert the estimate. So if I create a new transaction for the invoice, do we have a list of all of the people that are on the call live? Can we get that from Zoom? I mean, we get that from Zoom afterwards, right? Because I want to make sure that if you're not in the gym, you get these exercises, because I was mistaken on which exercises I wanted to cover here. Okay, so here I am in Sonnenschein Family Store. I'm creating a new invoice for Sonnenschein Family Store, okay? And what happens, pops up in the drawer, is the estimate we just created for Sonnenschein Family Store 2. Okay, see that 2? This is Sonnenschein Family Store. The invoice, the estimate for Family Store 2 showed up in the drawer. The reason it showed up in the drawer is because of that little check mark, bill with parent. Okay, what bill with parent does, and this is where I was confused before. What bill with parent does is it says if you are creating an invoice for the parent, the sub-customer stuff will show up in the drawer. Now, in this example, it was an estimate, okay? But it could be other things too. We have a whole issue of the gym that talks about delayed charges. So you can create, or if you have a bill that you are rebilling back to the customer, anything that's like that, that will pop up in the drawer, it will pop up for sub-customers as well as the main customer. And that is the whole purpose of that check mark, the bill with parent. I thought it was a different thing. All right. Anyway, so that is it for the exercises. And I was a little discombobulated, but hopefully you guys got something out of it. I'll think about next week. Maybe we'll go more into Craig's locations, because today I talked about Craig's customers' locations, and it's important to understand the difference with Craig's his own locations. Okay, this is anyway super important that you understand the difference and how to handle those two differences together. All right, Michael says excellent, so fantastic. And I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging on with me. This is just kind of a crazy situation. We will be back home in studio, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe. Maybe it's a slow drive across the, it's a slow drive because I have to work. I can't just, oh, we already got a request. Beverly just asked for the gym exercises. So we'll send those to you, Beverly. All right. So anyway, it's a slow drive because we can't drive the whole time because we have to work. So we have to work and then drive just a little bit and then stop and work some more and then drive a little bit more. So it's kind of slow going, but we will get there. And I am super excited. I cannot wait to be back home and sleep in my own bed. All right. It's all good. I'm excited for this, for the next adventure. All right. That's it. You guys have a fabulous weekend. So good. Samuel asked for the exercises. Samuel, send an email to support@fastandeasyqbo.com if you are not a member of the gym. If you are a member of the gym, by the way, everything we talked about, or the second part of what we talked about with Sonnenschein Family Store, that whole saga, that whole scenario is part of the July issue. So if you are in the gym, that's just the July issue. And if you're not in the gym and you're live on this call, we'll send you the exercises. But you can also sign up for a free trial 7-day free trial to get those exercises and all the other exercises. We have, I don't know, maybe, I think it's getting to close to 100 exercises there as well. So it is close to 200 exercises maybe that we've done already. That's awesome. More practice for you. We just want you to practice in QuickBooks Online. All right. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next time from who knows where, but I'll see you. All right. Bye-bye.